Joining us now is a man that I cannot wait to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago Bears legend, Spice Adams.
Yeah!
What up, dog?
How are you doing, man? You got that new iPhone that has portrait mode on it, it looks like. You look...
Oh, yeah. Do I need to switch that?
No, you are glowing right now. Are you in the...
Hey, dog. Hey, I'm out here, cuz.
Hey, we've been following along. Obviously, you've been just continuing to kill it. You've lost how much weight, though? You are a whole new guy, it seems like, on the internet right now.
Man, I done lost about 115.
Jeez.
Wow.
Keep it going.
Hey, let's go, because, back in... Hey, your little running man you do back in the day? You were doing that with 115 more pounds.
Yeah.
Think about that. You're probably flying around now, I assume. How you feel like you probably get back in the league out there?
Yeah, man. I get humble really quickly, man. I be trying, man. I slide by the office a couple times. Like, hey, Coach Nagy, Ryan Pace, come on, man. I slide by there every now and again, man. But they ain't gonna sign me, man. They need to, though.
Hey, seems like it. Hey, can I ask you about your thoughts on the Chicago Bears situation right now? All hell is breaking loose. We have Zito, obviously, big Chicago Bears fan, been around here for a long time. He's a big fan of yours as well. He said, who cares about going to Arlington Park? All right, that's 12 years from now. Nobody cares about that. The only thing anybody's talking about right now is Nagy going to be this coach for the long haul? Is that all anybody's talking about in Chicago, Spice? And what's your... Yeah.
Hey, Pat, look at the sunroof.
Minivan sunroof, dog.
Sunroof is back in the Chrysler Pacifica. I'm still selling that.
Hey, do you have a deal with them yet?
No, man. We need to make it happen, man.
Yeah, I think you're the only guy pushing minivans.
The Bears, bro, I really don't want to talk about it. It ain't nothing to talk about. It's been going on for 2 years, 3 years. Like, what, man? Oh, I don't know, Pat. I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing on the field. I don't know what I'm seeing on the field. All I know is Justin Fields outside of the pocket is nice.
Amen.
Why can't we run those same plays?
Yeah. Well, hey, as a Colts fan, I don't have a great time right now either. We had a quarterback with 2 sprained ankles playing on Sunday, and I feel like there's a lot of decisions being... 2 sprains, dude. Carson Wentz had 2 sprains. 2 sprained ankles.
How does that even happen?
He's a little reckless, Spice. He's a
at
little...
At the same time?
Same.
Or they happen at the same time?
1 play, 1 man, 2 sprained ankles. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, it's insane. He's a wild man. So we got a lot to talk about in Indianapolis as well. But it does feel like Chicago is the national conversation piece right now because of Justin Fields. Now there's people coming out for Nagy saying he did try to move him, he didn't try to move him. Why aren't they doing it, Spice? Is it just ineptitude? You think? Why do people make so many mistakes in decision making in the NFL at the highest level?
I don't know, man. I know a lot of times some coaches are kind of stubborn. I don't know what Nagy is doing or whatever, but some coaches, you know how it is, man. They just want to they want to run their plays, and that's it. Doesn't matter what the personnel is. Like, I remember when I was with the 49ers and Coach Nolan came there, we were a 4-3 team. You can't take a 4-3 team and just make them a 3-4 and think you're going to have success overnight. It's going to take some years for that to happen. And I think now maybe they're being stubborn and they're like, okay, we're going to run these plays and that's it. Like, we're not going to run no screens. We're not going to run any of the stuff that you're used to. We're going to run my stuff. So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
I wonder why. And it seems like there has been so much success in places like, for instance, Tampa with Tom. Allegedly, Tom and Bruce Arians' offense, Tom Brady's offense, which is obviously also Josh McDaniels and the Patriots' offense. Allegedly, after the bye week is when they really came together, and then they just dominated. And they just lost to the Rams. But I think like Stafford and McVay right now kind of coming together, running things. You can see how it's a good thing when the coordinator, the head coach, and the quarterback are on the same page. I don't know why everybody doesn't do it, Spice. I don't know why everybody doesn't do it.
I don't know. Stuff that makes the most sense, people never really do. I don't get it, man. But Arlington Heights, huh? That's exciting.
Yeah, where's that at? That's like an hour out?
That's like 15 minutes away from me, man. Like, let's do it. Let's do it today.
Allegedly, now they'll be able to. Did you see SoFi Stadium? What were your thoughts on that? Because that is obviously Chicago's going to have to build a new stadium. These stadiums, $8 billion, Spice, over there. I think they have all the 8K cameras on Earth already just in there in that place. That place is absurd, and that's what the Chicago Bears get to look at.
I could loan them $300 straight cash right now, like to start it up.
Yeah, right now.
Straight cash. Straight cash.
Well, that's
Dude,
good. You need
that
to stop.
stadium is dumb.
Yeah.
It is dumb, man. I thought, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium was like the greatest thing ever. That SoFi is unreal.
You played 9 years in the NFL, Spice? Was it 9 years?
9, yep.
Favorite place to play other than the places that were your home stadium? You get it.
I liked Dallas. I liked Kansas City. Kansas City was crazy. They do the Star Spangled Banner instead of saying home of the brave. This was my first time. So I was just like, man, there's no way that this stadium is that loud. You can't even hear your own thoughts. Like, you're thinking things and you're like, damn, what did I just say? Yeah. Dude, instead of saying home of the brave, it's like home
of the Chiefs. Yeah, whoa.
That joint is crazy. I love playing there, man. It's nice. Yeah. I like that. I just like the atmosphere, not so much like the stadium. But as far as stadiums is concerned, Dallas was the top that I ever saw.
Do you remember walking into that place and they had like go-go dancers in a cage up on the ceiling?
You're talking about the distraction. You walking right out of your locker room and you're like, damn. Like, you walk straight to a club. And like, that new Boosie.
There's people holding alcohol. Like, literally as you're walking. And it's like 100 people, and it is like club music, and you're walking out to get warmed up. Like, this is before warm-ups. You're walking out, and there's like people just getting after it. It's like, oh, this place is different. Then the suite's right on the field, right behind, and how big it was. Chicago has a lot of blueprints, or Arlington now, I guess, has a lot of blueprints they can look at for what a good stadium is. It's going to be expensive, though, Spice. That $300 ain't going to be enough, pal.
Man, they got it. They got it, man. All of these owners, everybody, they rich. They got it, man. But look, I remember we were on the sideline, and D Wade just walked right out of his suite, like right onto our sideline. I was like, dang, this is crazy, man. And they do that every week.
Yeah, dope. Jerry runs a hell of a business down there. You know what I mean? As does the NFL. Have you looked at some of these numbers that have come out from the NFL? As former players, I believe we are more apt to maybe look at those numbers and go, oh, is that right? Especially with everything we had heard through the previous CBA. They just signed $110 billion licensing digital rights or whatever, media rights for the next $110 billion that can be negotiated at any time. The league is on the up and up right now, Spice, and it's a shame that the Bears aren't really going right now, you know?
Oh, man. Anytime somebody mentioned it, I just got done. I just set up a cleaning for my teeth. And I'm talking to the dentist. And I'm just like, they're like, hey, what do you think the Bears going to do? I'm like, man, I just want my teeth clean, man. I want my teeth clean. I don't want to talk about this, man. Yeah. Hey, look, man. I used to think when I was playing, I was like, man, these former players, man, they always complaining about something. And now I'm the guy complaining.
Yeah, me too, by the way. How about the rules? You hate the rules changes? You hate the way the game changes, Spice?
Taunting has to go.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know who's in charge, but I'm sure they watch the Pat McAfee Show. No. Everybody watches this show.
Oh, that's very nice of you, but they don't.
Watching? Where's my camera?
Right.
Oh, I'm holding it.
Right here, okay. Yeah, right here.
Taunting needs to go.
Bingo.
Get it out.
Out.
I don't like.
We're sick of it.
Most of the times, people are celebrating, and they're not talking to anybody in particular. They just getting themselves riled up, like, yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. And they throwing the flag as if you're belittling your opponent.
Yeah.
You're not. Like, you're having a good time. You're playing a kid's game, getting paid a king's ransom. And they are upset if they want to throw the flag. And you can't even celebrate when you score a touchdown I want people to pull out the Sharpie out of their socks and sign footballs. That is entertaining.
I want to let you know, I love the diatribe you just went on. I believe in it 100%, but you stopped looking at the camera in the middle of it. I don't know if the powers that be, because you did want to lock eyes with them. I don't know if they're going to be able to stay focused because, you started looking off. They might think you don't really believe, you know what I mean?
I got too excited, Pat.
Yeah, me too. And by the way, you can't do that in the NFL right now. Can't get too excited in the NFL, and that's what we're talking about. Absolutely.
They're going to throw a flag on that.
Yeah, they are. Can't get excited. Can't have emotions in an emotional sport. It's unbelievable. I think they're backing off of it. I'm not 100% sure, but they fined players after week 2, I think. I haven't heard much. Yeah, they got taunting penalties and fined, I think, about it.
And a fine?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was also a fine. I'm not 100% sure. This week 3, we haven't heard anything yet, but allegedly they'll change it to what they want and then they'll back off it, but it's all a bunch of bullshit, man. We have some questions from the boys for you, Spice. How do you feel about it?
Oh, let's do it.
Hey, we've missed you around here, man.
Hey, man, anytime, dude. I'm not that far away from you.
You were in England.
Right now?
You were in England at one point. Were you not over in England or something? Where were you?
Don't do that, Pat.
Yeah, he was in England.
Don't do that.
This guy's an international show host.
Oh, come on, Pat. Don't do that, Pat.
International.
I always got time for you, Pat. Okay, look, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I follow you on the gram. I see all the animals, all the dogs you and Sam got. When is the babies coming?
Okay. All right, listen. That has been a topic of conversation for me to potentially have a spawn. My wife is obviously an absolute angel. My body, when it was smaller and younger, was a fucking asshole. So, I don't know if I'm ready. That is what we are. We are going to get into the game. And whenever this thing is a piece of shit, it is everybody's fault. Okay? I want everybody to remember that. Okay?
Stop practicing and get in the game.
Okay. Hey. Don't be at the game, be in the goddamn game. Okay, they don't make statues of anybody that's at the game. They only make statues of people that are in the game. You're right.
I just want somebody else to feel miserable with me.
Yeah, see, that's what everybody, yeah, exactly.
These kids, man. I'm in the minivan right now. I just dropped the kids off at school, and they're driving me crazy. Look at this, man. Hold on, let me see. Let me show you this, man. You see my weather check? This is all lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Look, my hand is stuck on the weather check. I can't pull it up.
See, it's everybody like you with the same exact feelings you have about parenthood are the ones telling me, hey, what do you have a kid? And I love and appreciate the fact that you want more in your tribe. You know what I mean?
It's going to pay off one day. I just don't know when the day is. But one day, I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, wow, that was fun.
And I hope to have one of those days as well at some point. But you're selling it in a beautiful fashion. Go ahead, Ty.
Spice, speaking of the officiating, how frustrating is it when you watch games and you see all these chicken shit roughing the passer penalties? Do you think at this point there's anything these guys can do to avoid it? Or is it something where it's just gotten to the point where it's like, hey, you're going to get dinged up for something like this when, we all know it shouldn't be called?
Oh, my gosh. So, football is basically a series of small car accidents. Let's call it what it is. People are running 15 miles per hour into each other. It's a physical sport. You can't expect a guy 300 pounds that's wrestling with another 300-pound man, getting him off of him, running as fast as he can to kind of just, hit the quarterback softly and lay him on a pillow. You can't expect that from a 300-pound man who drives a minivan, who has kids that he has to feed. You can't expect a man to come with all of that power and just press on the brakes like that. Cut the man some slack. They said, oh, you can't drop all of your weight down on the quarterback. Are you kidding me? What do you expect me to do? You expect me to hit him and somehow be able to put on the brake from somewhere and gently lay him down? It is they need fat people on the board. People got to speak up for us.
I appreciate that. You know, I do appreciate that. It's an absurd call, and I think intent should be something that's looked at there. You know, like, I think the ref should be like, okay, he at least tried to not bury his entire weight through. You know, like, as opposed to, they're calling like, well, it looked like a little bit too much of his weight was on there. It's like, did he try not to kill the guy? Because he could have. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think the intent.
That's why you need fat people on there, so then they can explain, like, hey, look, bro, if we going one way, it's hard to go back another way. And then college, with the helmet stuff, there's a lot of times you're running full speed, and you see a guy duck, and so you're gonna get low too. And then they're like, oh, this guy's out of the game, and then you got to sit out a whole half for the next. They need to stop that, man. Like, sometimes people come through spearing, and then sometimes it's blatantly like you see it. You know what I mean? But sometimes you also got to act like you've played the game before.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody goes low, you're gonna go low with them.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get your head out of the way so that we won't get caught. But at the same time, it's like, what do? Do I allow this guy to score a touchdown? Because if I try to tackle him, it's gonna be, helmet to helmet, and they're going to throw me out the game. So they need to get rid of all of that stuff, man.
I think, honestly, Spice, intent should be something that is just viewed. Like, I think intent should be there. Because if the level changes on a guy and they have to duck, naturally they have to duck. By the way, and you're saying 15 miles an hour, people are getting clocked at like 22 miles an hour now. Like, humans are at a fucking insane spot right now. You got 275-pound dudes running 4.6s and 4.7s and 4.5. Like, it is absurd how fast it's going. If the intent isn't there to get at somebody, I just don't think. But then now you're... Hey, these refs, Spice, now you're putting intent judgment in these refs' hands, some of which should not be in front of 5 people, let alone 70,000 people making massive fucking decisions, Spice. That's a problem in of itself.
Yeah, a ref at the Florida State game was eating Skittles. Get the call right. You sit up there eating Skittles. Get the call right.
Nobody wants to be a ref anymore, and I understand why.
Yeah.
But I think they should get tech and help them out. We're talking to Spice Adams, obviously absolute international superstar.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Global sensation.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Pat, cut it out.
Fucking
By
in
that,
shape.
I mean, keep going.
Yeah. Well, I was about to compliment your physique right now and how fit you are and how handsome and glowing you are, but you told me to stop, so I can't fucking say it. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Spice, when you were in the league, was comedy and acting and that whole thing kind of something you were looking forward to and knew that you were going to get into? Or at what point did you kind of start realizing, like, oh shit, I got something here, I'm going to run with this?
I had absolutely no plan at all. And my production company is called No Plan Productions.
Ooh.
Because I absolutely had no plan. This was not in the cards at all. I went back to school to George Washington University, and I got my executive master's of business administration.
Here we go.
And I thought that I was going to own some type of business or something like that. I was going to do some franchising and like all this other type of stuff. But then the opportunity presented itself with the Chicago Bears to do a show out here locally called Inside the Bears. I've been doing now for 9 seasons. And then, Ballers came along and did some episodes on Detroiters with Sam Richardson and Tim Robinson. And, but my claim to fame was being on the Pat McAfee.
Oh, yeah. Spice. We don't want to hear it.
I've traded lines with The Rock. I've met Kevin Hart and different things. But to be on the Pat McAfee Show.
No, you host. I don't think you host a podcast with Shaq. No, I think you host a podcast with Shaq right now. I think you actually host a podcast with Shaq right now.
Yeah, I do a podcast with Shaq every week in Michelle Turner.
Yeah, no big deal.
Whoa.
No big deal.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yet to be on the
A
lot of people can't say that. A lot of people not Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, listen. We are very lucky that he comes and talks to us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we are very lucky that he comes and talks to us.
You're getting some stuff that nobody can get, bruh.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's the dumbest life of all time.
Like, you got a way of getting things out of people, bruh.
No.
It's amazing.
No, that's because they're talking to an idiot. They know it. For instance, I have a studio that has full construction going on.
Peyton was right.
What's that?
Peyton was right.
What'd you say?
Peyton was right.
Oh, my guy. Peyton's a good guy.
Idiot kicker.
Yeah,
He was right.
that wasn't me. No, that was not me. Do not link me with that story. No, that's a bad one. That is not a good one to be a part. Go ahead, Tone.
Spice, I saw a story last week from Brandon Marshall. Said that he had to call Jay Cutler and loan $60K from Jay. You ever get stuck in a situation where you had to call Jay and get a bunch of money from him?
No, I can't say that I have. And if I did, I would call Jay.
Jeez. That's
And you know what? Jay is pretty cool, man. You know, like Jay, P.O., like everybody that the media like portrays as like such like villains are really the coolest people in the world, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Jay gets the rep that he gets or T.O. gets the rep that he gets. These are like great dudes, man.
Well, not as great as you, dude. I want to let you know that for blessing us with your time from your minivan with a sunroof today, Spice. You already all follow him on Instagram. The man is a magic maker. He just released a film, 4-minute film on his Instagram of old heads going to get a smoke.
Okay.
It was scored as if it was a Scorsese flick. I mean, it was fucking unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Spice Adams. Thank you, Spice. Love that man. He's grinded.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He has grinded, and man, I didn't know he had an MBA. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he also explained fully what the MBA was while he was saying it. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard what that actually was.
Good to know.
But then I've had to piece it together. We are big Spice Adams fans. We tried to get, he was, I forget what it was. I was going to go to Chicago and do something, or I was in Chicago, maybe passing through Chicago. I forget exactly what it was. We might have had a layover in Chicago that I was going to potentially go try to do something, because in Detroit, in a layover one time, we ran into Matt Patricia's office. He gave us an entire interview, and then we ran back to the airport, and then we took off somewhere. When we were traveling for NXT or something, we were going through Chicago for something, and I wanted to do something with it. I was like, hey, Spice, is there any way you're in town, like tomorrow afternoon or whatever? Man, I'm so sorry. I'm in England right now.
oh, jeez.
You are where? You are in. I'm in England right now. I am so sorry, man. I'm filming the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, Spice. I wanted to film like me and you dancing. You're hosting this international show. I do apologize, sir. He is absolutely crushing it.